Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about what would happen if LEGO Universe never shut down originally. So, basically, I'm going to bring my opinions to this. There's not really going to be any factual information in this, because it's really hard to get any factual information from it aside from what did happen. But I'm going to be expressing my own opinions, and if you have any of your own about this specific topic, make sure to leave a comment down below, and let's get into the video. So if the game didn't shut down in 2012, it would at least last a few more years. I think new content would be added as well. Stuff like extra worlds and some more missions, NPCs, would be added as well. But probably around almost the end of 2013 would have some more, or maybe mid 2013 would have some more content, but not too much, and then they'd add a little bit more in 2014, but still not going crazy over it. As the game would keep going and going and growing with popularity in children and in other age groups as well, it might seem like people are getting bored of the general theme, where LEGO would have to spice things up a little bit along with that depth. So the next thing I think they would do is move it to some kind of console, whether that's Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever the case is. It still is more on the unlikely side of things, but I think they might be able to do it. So if they did, they would have to most likely change the monthly payment thing. They might have even had to do that earlier. So I think what they should do, or would have done, is something like you buy a one-time payment of it, but say for console or something, you'd have to have like the online, like maybe the Xbox Pass or Nintendo Online or PlayStation Plus to be able to access the game. So instead of paying for it on console, you have to have one of those to actually be able to access the game. And for PC, it's just a one-time payment. But those are all ideas that could have gone into it if it was going to be moved to console. And they might have done something like that to spice up some things to make it come to other players other than just people on PC, because some people don't really use computers for gaming, and this way people who play on console could use it, expanding the population of people who would play this game. And also people might record and do live streams with it on Twitch or YouTube, also increasing that as well. That doesn't relate to the console as much, but they'll just be able to gain a lot more popularity as they add new additions. So some of the additions I thought that they might add, maybe after putting it on a console, was some Middle-earth world or something to do with Harry Potter, because those very well could fit in with LEGO Universe, just like they did with Ninjago. They could do some kind of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter edition, just they would have to get the rights. But other than that, they might be able to bring something like that in, some franchise that could be added and make the game more desirable by people who are older and or even younger, but people who have watched The Hobbit and played the LEGO video games of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. They might have more of an interest to play an RPG style game of that. So I think that those things would definitely make it a lot more money and still keep the game somewhat of what it was meant to be without infringing on the actual storyline. But again, they'd have to have the rights to it. But other than that, I think it would fit nicely into the LEGO Universe storyline. Because of course, it's called LEGO Universe, a universe of many different worlds. like they added Ninjago, which definitely fit in really well. But I still think they could make either something to do with Middle Earth and or Harry Potter. Another topic that I wanted to mention was private servers and modding. This part I don't think would have been added to LEGO Universe because of LEGO, specifically the way they want to keep their brand. They would not allow it at all. So, I mean, it makes sense that that would happen because people can make pretty much anything with mods and, distort things in a way with a mod, or private servers. Say a content creator on a private server did something, or, made somehow Lego's brand look bad. That's pretty easy to do, but mostly modding, because for modding you have to do private servers because for obvious reasons that not everyone would have those mods, so things would collide. So you have to make specific private servers where all the people have those mods, and by private I mean like ones that you can join with a few friends that aren't just public. Now we come to the sad conclusion that even though in this instance of the video, if LEGO Universe didn't shut down 2012, it probably would have anyway, just prolonged. Sad as that may be, it probably would have died around now, around when we are so excited about it finally being recreated again at some point in the near future. But I think the reality is that eventually, despite all the additions they make, there would only be one way to save this. And that would be if they rewrote it to be single player, or at least rewrote it to be a version that's single player. That is the only thing that would truly make this game live on forever. But otherwise, they shut down the servers, you can't access the game anymore. I'm sorry, but that seems to be what most likely would happen.